Okay, welcome everyone. So tonight's pipes discussion is on enrolling, which is probably the most important one out of the PIPES, I think, because ultimately we all want to enrol people onto our team and help people get these oils into their lives. So there's lots of different ways and strategies to help people to enrol. Some work well in some situations, others work well in other situations. So take what you can from tonight, take our advice on what we've learnt, I suppose, and apply it to what you're doing. But don't get hung up on it and say, well, that's the way they do it, that's the way we all have to do it. Everyone's different. Every audience you have is different. So you just got to roll with what you've got and see what works for you. And sometimes you'll even change things halfway through a workshop. You might get to a point in a workshop and think that strategy is not going to work for these people. I have to change it, and look, that's fine. All this is designed to do is give you some tools to use at your workshops and to help your people enrol. Okay, so I guess the main thing is about enrolling is it's about helping people to open a wholesale account. So at the end of your workshop, when you go through your enrolment spiel, you will get pushback. You'll get people saying, oh, I'll just buy through your account to their friends. And people say, oh, I just want one or two oils. Can you just buy them for me? And that's not what it's all about. I mean, if it comes down to it and that's the only way that those people are going to buy some oils, then yes, but try 100 different strategies before you default to that one. Because getting that person to get their own wholesale account makes them the master of their own destiny, I guess. They obviously get their own account, they get their own back office, they can see the products of the months coming up, they can order their own stuff on LRP, they can get their own postage back. It's all about them getting their own account. That's the best way to help that person. There's not too many people in the world that will just order one oil and that's it, and they won't order anymore. They'll always want to order more, and you're just creating a rod for your own back if you start buying oils for them or you let them buy through their friend's account.
And for anyone running a doTERRA business, no one should be buying oils through their own account for someone else. They should be either helping someone get their own account or selling it. If it comes, like Darren said, if it comes down to the crunch and this person is adamant that they're not going to have a wholesale account, then sell it to them retail. But, by the time we know that by the time you buy 2 oils, you might as well have your own wholesale account. And we know that that's the best for them, but sometimes these people are stuck in that party plan mentality, I don't have enough money, what can I buy just to get out of here so I can tick that box? If you're getting those sort of vibes from someone, then just say to them, you don't need to buy something. You don't need to buy something to get out of here. It's not a Tupperware party. You don't need to buy the cheapest thing on the list. But if they're genuine about having some oils and trying some oils, then they absolutely need to have their own wholesale account. No one should be buying through their own account for someone else, ever. Anyone that's doing the business, it's not good for you and it's just not good for them. I know that some people, before they decide to do the business, will buy through their own wholesale account. And I had a couple of friends that I was doing that before they knew I had a doTERRA account. They knew I was into the oils, so they would ask to just buy through my account. But once I started doing the business, I had to say to them, no, this is now business, so I can help you get your own wholesale account, or you can pay the retail price, because we don't just rock up to a friend's cafe and expect them to give us free fish and chips or a coffee or whatever the case may be. So once it's a business, it's a business. So just if anyone in your team is selling through their own account, just explain to them it's not the best thing for that person. They may be feeling great for themselves because they're propping up their LRP and they're getting all the freebies, but it's really not good for the person receiving the product. They're not getting access to any of the member perks, and so that's up to us to try and tell people how that works. But if at the very end of the day, little old granny is not going to get her own wholesale account, but she's really going to benefit from that ice blue and the Copaiba, then sell it to her at the retail price. And that just means going through your host's doTERRA website and pressing, instead of join and save, you just click purchase or buy. What is it, Darren?
Yeah, whichever.
Buy, whichever. It's not join and save, because join and save is getting your own wholesale account. The other button is purchase oils. So, yeah, like we should coach people into their own wholesale account, because absolutely that's the best way for them. But if it means the difference between them having oils and not having oils, then we'd much rather them have them, so they pay the retail price.
Mm. And I guess a big thing for everyone is getting over the salesy bit. No one likes to push a sale onto people. We've all been, burnt by the Amway parties and all that sort of business, and you feel like you've got to buy something just to get yourself the hell out of there. What we find works really well is right at the start of your workshop is, once everyone's there and everyone's focused and they're listening.
Mm-mm. Are you going to say what I used to say?
Yeah.
No. Well, that's not what I do anymore.
Oh. But it's I guess impressing on people. They don't have to buy something. It's not we're not forcing people to buy anything here. Hopefully, by the time you finished your workshop and you finish talking about stuff, then they will want to buy. And if you have to force a sale onto people, they're the people that you don't really want to force a sale onto, because they're going to be problematic. They'll be the people that get their oils and they're not happy with them and they want to send them back or whatever. So,
plus, we don't want anyone just buying oils because they feel like they have to or they're forced into it. Like, that's just not good for business all round. But definitely what Darren's saying is getting over that, like, I sell oils, the salesy part of things. A lot of people, when they first start doing doTERRA, and myself included, they have an issue with that. I don't want to feel salesy. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. And I used to go around saying to people that I educate people on essential oils just to make myself feel better.
You've got to make it clear to people that, yes, you are selling oils and you do want them to buy, but you're not going to force it on them is the main thing. Yep.
And it's not about the size of the kit they buy. Generally, people do buy a home essentials kit. And now with the new paperwork, and Nature Solutions kit's going to become more popular. But I really couldn't care if someone bought an every oil kit or an essential collection kit, as long as they're walking home with the top 10 oils at least. I know that they will, as long as they're supported and educated, they'll continue to buy. And the loyalty program's so fantastic that, you're going to get that sale spread across a matter of months anyway. So it's not about the dollars. It's really about serving those people what's best for them. If someone comes to you for a spirited child, there's probably more value for them to have Lavender Peace, Vetiver, Balance, Intune and a $35 membership than it is for them to have a home essentials kit. Unless, of course, they want to detox at home and do other stuff. But if they're coming purely for this one child who is on the spectrum or whatever, then that is the best for that family. So it's not about trying to get the biggest kit to these people and just be that hauling buckets, just always selling kits, enrolling. No, the way to build a really strong doTERRA business is just from the beginning, just come from what is best for that person, that individual.
Yep. So people, I guess people are looking to buy an awesome product, and you're helping those people to get this awesome product. So one analogy I've heard is you've got this awesome biscuit. People can see you talking about this biscuit and they really want to taste it, and you've got to tell them how they can get a taste of it. That's your main goal through your workshops. Oops, hang on, I've lost it here. So it's not all about incentivizing either. So it's not all about giving people a big bite of the biscuit and they walk away with it and they go, oh, I've had a taste of that now and that taste will last me a couple of months. If you do have to incentivize, you can give them a little bit of a nibble on the biscuit and let them sort of taste what it's like. But you want them to take the whole product and be able to use it and get the best out of it themselves is the main thing. It's not all about the dollars. It's about getting these amazing products into people's hands. So we all know that the oils are amazing and that they can help people in so many different ways. And having a workshop is about telling people how these oils can benefit people. They all know that the oils cost dollars. They all know that you're selling oils. You don't have to tell them that. That's basically given anyway.
You just have to be okay with that and, like, within yourself, have your posture set that you have a high value product and you have lots of value to be given, and these people are here and willing to receive that value. And generally people do want to spend money. They just need to be led to that, what is best for them. So if you are strong in your posture of how awesome these oils are, like Darren said, that cookie analogy, I used to use that a lot during Diamond Club. Like, I have the cookie. If you don't want the cookie, it's all good. Like, in my head, this is what I'm saying. If that person doesn't want the cookie, I'm okay with that, because I know this cookie is awesome and I only want to share it with people that really want it. So just being strong in yourself, because it vibes out of you. It comes through.
If you come across desperate and, I need you to buy this kit, or I need you to buy these oils, people are probably less likely to buy them because they can, I guess, feel and see the desperation. If you tell them about the product, tell them why it's good, tell them how it's going to benefit them, they're going to want it. You and I, we don't go to Woolworths to browse the shelves. We go there because we need to buy something, and there's a reason for going to Woolworths. So more than likely, most of these people have probably come to your workshop because they're interested in oils, they want to learn more about them, and ultimately because they want to buy them. So you've just got to tell them why they need to buy them and how they're going to benefit them. And
we know that if you can just get the oils in front of people, the oils they honestly speak for themselves. And people, they don't need to be scientists to know that when they smell that bottle of wild orange, that it smells pure and amazing and it does something to their biology. People love sniffing the bottles of oil. So it's literally just up to us to get those oils in front of people, give them a little bit of an exposure to show them what is the potential of use. You cannot tell even just 10 oils. You can't go through every single oil and what it does, total, everything about that oil. You just have to give them little snippets, little tastes. So, and that really comes back to knowing your audience. Are they all mums with babies? Okay, then you want to be talking about teething and baby wipes and sleep and settling. Or are they older people with muscle and joint aches and pains and have trouble sleeping or hormones? So it's really about you just giving snippets depending on what is suitable for those people. Karma's just come on, so we'll let Karma talk in a minute about the new paperwork. Do you want to just finish that bit off?
Yep. I guess what we've got here is a high value gift. So, we all know doTERRA oils are really great value that you're giving these people, and you're giving them great value and they're receiving great value as well. So I guess we've got to make people understand that, and it might come down to breaking it down to so many cents per drop. People might see a bottle of wild orange for $15 or $20 and go, oh, geez, that's a lot for a little bottle of wild orange. But when you break it down to cents per drop, it really is a high value gift. You can spend a lot more money going to Woolworths and buying chemicals and so on. So it's all about explaining that to people as well, and drawing analogies between what products these people buy now. They might go to the cosmetic counter at David Jones and buy all their cosmetics there. But when they see a little bottle of oil, they sort of balk at it. So it's about breaking it down and explaining why there's so much value in these oils.
So when you're enrolling people on social media, you always, a lot of us have our own Facebook, Instagram pages. And when you're putting out social media posts, it's awesome to do like your own posts, number one. Try not to share too many of other people's stuff. But go from your own personal experience. We know that video speaks much louder on social media than static images. So video and Instagram stories is a great example of that. Speaks volumes louder at the moment than any of those other static images, the pretty pictures. So Instagram at the moment, I heard a statistic a couple of months ago, and it was 80% of people Instagram users spend 80% of their time now on Instagram stories. So that's where you want to be if you're on Instagram. On Facebook, you want to be doing Facebook Lives. That's at the very top of the chain. And that's just now. That, if you're watching this video in 12 months' time, that'll change. But that's now the end of 2018. Call to action is essential. So whether it's a video or a static image, you always want a call to action. So how do they get these oils? Because you just showed them how to make a beautiful face serum, but then you didn't tell them where to go to get them. So otherwise they'll just hit Google and you've lost that sale. So always have a call to action, make it easy for them. So ask them to message you, private message you, direct message you, open a conversation with them. So that might look like an Instagram message, private message. Try to have a phone call if you can with them. That's always going to be, I think it's much easier anyway. I hate typing. And I feel like it's much more personal. And if you can, you want to be the one enrolling them. As in, you don't want to be sending them to your doTERRA Facebook page. doTERRA, the web page that doTERRA gives you where they have to click join and save. They have to put their country in, the language in. They have to go through multiple steps. And it's really daunting.
You can lose people that way.
You can absolutely lose people that way. So it's much more personal just to open up that dialogue with them on social media, on Messenger, or on a phone call, and find out what their health needs are, what they're wanting the oils for, and how you can get them started. Try and get them started straight away, and always just bring it back to what's best for that person, that client, that family. And all the enrollments I've done over the phone have been super successful. The times where I've sent people in the early days, sent them to my webpage, sent them to click join and save, it just hasn't happened, or it's just gone really badly. Like a couple of people have just paid for their $35 membership, and that is just, you just don't want that, because they're paying for their $35 membership, they're paying $7.95 to get some papers and some stickers shipped to them, and they don't end up with oil in front of them.
It's a really bad experience for them. They paid $40 or so, and all they get's a piece of paper that says, here's how you buy more stuff. And they're going to look at it and go, wow, that was not a very good idea.
Yeah, so it's a big letdown, and that has only ever happened to me when I've sent them to the website. They get confused. They think, I just want the membership. They don't get it. So if you can walk them through it, so much better. And if you can either get them to fill in the form, take a photo, send it to you, or even better, just on the phone, what's your name, what's your date of birth. And people are really comfortable with that these days and getting more comfortable with that. So use simple and effective language. And this is one area that we're just going to do more and more training on. Takes time to master, doesn't it? We need to get away from the word parties. We don't do parties. Parties are Tupperware, Lorraine linen, all of that sort of stuff. We do workshops or classes, or demonstrations, if you want to say. Education. Get away from the word party and get away from the word enroll. People are scared of enroll. Enroll sounds like you're getting locked into something. So you're just helping someone get a membership. So Karma has, I'm just going to unmute you, Karma. So Karma has just hit platinum. She had an epic month last month, didn't you, Karma? How many people did you enroll?
I think it's 17.
Holy moly.
And Karma went to leadership, and we learned all about this new Share Success paperwork, Empowered Success. And this is the new pamphlet that comes with the $30 Empower Kit. You get the 10 wild oranges, the drawing slips or the invites, and this booklet. And Karma, do you want to just take it from here and tell us the success you've had with this?
Yeah, so I suppose at leadership, because you're learning so much information I thought it was good, but I didn't really soak it in. So that's why I encourage you guys to go back and revisit stuff, because sometimes the first time you watched it, it mightn't absorb and it mightn't be the right fit. But then when you go back and revisit it, it might be, or it just might be the way that I told that story compared to the way Tara Bliss told that story. It sinks in. So on Facebook, I seen where somebody had shared that Tara had some notes on her Nature's Solutions thing, and I thought, oh yeah, so I tried to print it, and for some reason it wouldn't. So I hand wrote all the notes out.
And we'll put that in the units and in the comments
of
this video.
Yep. And so I thought it just really sat with me the way that she had said it. So to start with, it was like your own unique intro. So I would do a general intro and I just say, my name is Karma. Most people down here know me, so as you already know. It's always a privilege to share these essential oils. I love it so much. Tonight I'll show you how they can help you and your family, the same as how they've helped my family. And then I just told a small story about how essential oils had helped my family. And it was a very short, like 30-second story. It didn't have to be long. I changed it every time because I was sick of the sound of the same story over and over and over again. And set your tone how you're going to go through the paperwork. So practice in front of the mirror. Be confident in what you're going to deliver. And that was probably my thing. I knew that what I knew about the oils was really knowledgeable, but I never had the confidence to think I don't have a degree at the end of my name to deliver these oils. And I just got into the mindset of, well, I'm a wellness advocate because I enrolled as a wellness advocate, and that's all I have to be, is deliver that word of wellness. So then I just followed the step-by-step guide. Are you empowered? So you have a choice. And I spoke a little bit about modern medicine, and then I spoke about a holistic approach. And again, I added that to a story that resonates with my family. So, for instance, I used to take Panadol nearly on a daily basis because I had headaches. But once I started on LLV, they went, and now on the odd occasion that I do get a headache, I use frankincense and peppermint. So that was just showing two different approaches. And people love that because it makes them feel empowered. And I say that, like, how good is it that you can be so empowered that you don't have to go to a pharmacist or a doctor all the time, every time something's wrong, that you can go to your box of oils and at least try it before you have to go down that avenue. And then I said, what are essential oils? And I passed around the wild orange, showed how it evaporated into the hand, got them to smell it, told them that that was their first way to use. They'd use the oils two ways, so aromatically and typically. And that's how simple it is to use essential oils. Told them to add fractionated coconut oil then, went round with the fractionated coconut oil, showed them how the oil then spreads further. So as I taught throughout the class, please don't think that when I say dilution, we are diluting the potency of the oil. We are just teaching the oils how to spread out and work correctly. And then I spoke a little bit about how we source the essential oils and, how potent they are. So, one drop of peppermint is equivalent to 28 cups of tea. And I said, you know what? You've actually already got orange on your hand. And I'm going to show you a really good pick-me-up for 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So then I passed the peppermint around. I went around and did it. So we've got that personal contact and interaction. And they think you care doing that, because you're not just passing a bottle of oil around. And they put the peppermint on mixed with the wild orange. I said, and how good would it be if you could do that every day at 3 o'clock rather than reaching for a cup of coffee or can you please shut the door, Bonnie? a cup of coffee or a block of chocolate or whatever, kick that habit. Pop it in the diffuser as well, uplift. So explained all of that. I don't agree with going too much into the scientific stuff behind the oils, purely because I think people are going to have to absorb so much information in this class. They can't take that on board. So once you start to delve into that side of it, it really makes things complex for them. It's just too much information. Keep it basic, keep it simple, and don't overload them. So then I went on to talk about aromatic, typical, and then and then how we can add it to food and stuff like that. Then I also just showed them the shelf guide, went through this, and basically, explained that the benefits of having a doTERRA account, so we can get toothpaste, hand soap, It's not just all about oils. And I think because I kept that part short and sweet and not too overloaded, with going through every single product. This is a bottle of Easy Air, and Easy Air feels clear and calm when breathing. Diffuse at night, promote clear, crisp atmosphere. Apply to feet, chest, back. Who's bored already? People they want to hear a little story about how you use Easy Air. So say, with Easy Air in our house, I mix it with coconut oil, and if the kids are a bit sniffly, we might apply it to their chest for their Vicks. So basically the description describes itself, Easy Air. They can delve more into what else you can use Easy Air for, or tea tree, So tea tree, we find it really good for, my daughter had an ingrown toenail, so we used it for that and treated it, and it cleared it up really good, supported with lavender. So talk about then how, you don't just have to use one oil, you can use 2 oils at a time. All of this will be in the Droply app that I send you and provide you. So, again, you're reinforcing that they're going to get support. They're not just going to get this kit and be stuck with it and not know what to do with it. Then I said, and then you might think, oh, how am I going to know how to mix these oils up when I get them and do it? And I say, I'll send you your welcome email, which will tell you your dilution. So, think 10 ml roller bottle, 5 drops, 10 ml roller bottle for a child. All of that will be included. Again, reinforcing they're going to get support. And then I talked about LLV and told a personal story that I had with LLV at leadership, with a lady that said that it had helped her lupus, and people just hear lupus and helped, and they're amazed. And then highlights straight to the Nature's Solutions kit. So I actually had a Nature's Solutions kit set up with all those oils. The only thing I didn't have was the wooden box, because I don't know where mine are. I can't find them. I do have some. And I had it all set up, and I said, this is the Nature's Solutions kit. This is your best bang for buck, and this is what you're going to get for it. And explained how good a value for money, and how when starting out, that's what I wished I'd done. And I also said, it's not in everyone's budget, but if you can make it your budget, think for your cleaning budget. Think for your toothpaste you're not going to have to buy this month. All those sort of things, and broke it down as a really cost-effective way of justifying to their husbands how they spent that much money. And I actually sold, I don't know if it was 2 or 3 Nature's Solutions kit last month. So once upon a time, I would never have mentioned the Nature's Solutions kit, because I just assumed it wouldn't be in people's budget. And I can tell you now, the people that bought Nature's Solutions kit, were the least ones that you would expect to buy them. So then I talked about the Home Essentials kit. I never mentioned, not once did I mention the Family Essentials kit. I didn't even go there. Nobody asked me for a cheaper option. Nobody even blinked an eyelid. And when I talked about the Home Essentials kit, I explained that a bottle of frankincense is worth $120 retail, and that the diffuser is $70 retail. And then I added, say, I don't know, I can't remember. I had added it up, a bottle of whatever. And I said, so basically, you know, you're getting a lot of oil for free in this kit when you add it up that way to what you'd have to go and buy from the shop. I then drove into the rewards a bit. This is something I personally don't think we need to bombard people with too much. Sorry, Jess, yeah, if you filled that up. So I just said, doTERRA have the most amazing rewards program, and you guys can all be part of that if you choose to be. There is no reason that you have to be, but once you start using these oils, you're going to want to be. But you know what? We can talk about how you can get 10, 15, 20, and 25 and 30% back in your order back when we have our follow-up call, which we're going to have once you get your oils within that week or 2 week frame. So again, I reinforce they're not going to be left on their own once they get their oils, because I'm going to follow up and I'm going to support them. And then I spoke and told a story about frankincense and where it's sourced from and where it comes from and how they get it and how it's been passed down through generations and all the good that they have done for that community around frankincense. And then I explained that that is just one product that doTERRA have out of so many that good is being put back into these communities. So it's so much more than just a bottle of oil. And by buying all these oils, you're doing that for every single bottle of oil. There's a story behind where that bottle of oil come from and a group of families or livelihood that you are helping. I then explained, and then I just very confidently held up the order form and said, so today when you place an order, because they've come to a party, well, not a party, a class, sorry, or a workshop, they've come for a reason. They've come to buy something. Unless they've already got these oils, they came willing to buy something. So don't assume they're not, and don't go, oh, and if you want anything, there's a price list and that, just fill it out and bring it up to me. I said, so when you fill this out, I need to make sure you have your name, your phone number, your email address, your date of birth. It's really important that you have all this information on this form so that I can process your order today once we've figured out what you would like. And then I said, so if you refer back to the prices on the Nature Solutions kit and the Home Essentials kit, it's both listed on this page. You can also add extra oils if you like by having a look through the list here. I never explained about a $35 membership. I never explained about just being able to buy a bottle of oil. Not one person blinked, and I had 100% sign up at every single one of those classes. And the only time that I didn't, was because there was like an elderly mum and daughter that lived together, and they shared a kit. So really, they both did buy because they just split the cost because they're under the one roof. So confidence is the key, definitely. You guys know what you're talking about because you're using these oils. All you've got to do is put your personal story, not mine, not Jess's, not Tracy, not Joe's, not Kylie's, not, Sandra's or anyone's, your story and your heartfelt thing. Share that message about doTERRA and what they actually do, because then people know that it's not just a billion-dollar company that's just wanting to get money out of them. So that's really, really important. You could see people's faces when I told that story. I said, they're debt-free. He still drives his old Hyundai. He really doesn't care if he gets any more money. It's so much more than that. You know, he wants to know how it affects the wellness advocates. That's you guys when you order. You're all wellness advocates once you place your order today. So he cares about you and how you're going to get these oils and keep getting them. So yeah, that's it. And then everybody enrolled. And now I have the fun job of trying to follow up 17 enrollments, which has been crazy this week. So, and that's the other thing. Leave it a couple of days. Don't bombard them. Send them the Droply app. You guys, are these guys familiar with Droply, Jess?
No, but we're just about to roll it out. So,
okay. Yeah. Send them that. Send them your welcome email. I just have bought a brochure thing that explains everything really well. I think it's in the files, isn't it? That welcome thing that I sent you. I can add it.
Oh, yeah. It's the ebook in the frequently asked questions page.
Yep. Send that out to them. Just say welcome. Now you've got your home essentials kit or your nature solutions kit. I'm going to be in touch in a few days. Here's some light reading to do before then when we get in touch. And just nurture them, love them, because that's when they're going to re-order and get on LRP. So I could have said, I've enrolled 17 people now. I don't have to do anything else. But that's not going to be a sustainable business by doing that. So you've got to look after your enrollments. So
they call the second enrollment is getting them onto LRP, whatever that looks like. It might be straight away the very next month, or it could be in a couple of months. Have you got any tips on that when you do your welcome call or wellness consult? What do you call it?
Well, I've been pretty lucky this month, I suppose, because it's a 200 points volume special. So people are really excited about the oils and just want more. And generally, if you get in that good gap, people will want more. That's why it's important, I say, to leave it like a week or two. So if they get their oils in a couple of days, like down here, we have to wait about 5 days for an order, 5 to 7 days. So I want to follow up once they've had a sample of the oils, and I'll go, how good is frankincense? Have you been, rubbing it on the roof of your mouth, or have you tried lavender on the bottom of your feet? Oh, do that and text me how you go tonight. So, that way they still feel loved and supported. And I think if you do that love and support and you hold like monthly or even 6 weekly team events, which I have here, I just have them at my house, and people come and you bring your own oils, so you haven't got the expensive oils when you're starting off, and you're not getting a great income. You say, today we're going to make peppermint bliss balls, and there's going to be a cost of $5, but that covers all the ingredients. All I need you guys to do is bring your peppermint oil. So they're using their own peppermint oil, and the $5 is going to well and truly cover the cost of, the ingredients. So, and if you've got a couple of people that are in, your team that are close by, and you've only got small teams, try and join them together and create that atmosphere. But they have to have enrolled with you, and they have to have an account. So it's important to have workshops for your actual new enrollments, but also for your already enrolled. And I think if you do that workshop for the already enrolled, I know I had a couple of girls that come to my last one that wasn't on LRP, and they have now flicked onto LRP, and they actually did 2 orders like in the 1 month. So, it's really nurturing for people, and it's really, and try and even think of different oils that aren't in the home essentials kit. And if you send it out in enough in advance, say, I need you to have not like, I wouldn't say expensive, but maybe say lemongrass, lime, and black pepper. And we're going to do make a salad dressing or something, you know. So it can be simple stuff. Yeah. So.
Oh, love that.
And then you might tell them how to get the lime and black pepper as well. Mightn't you, Karma, say, look,
yep,
if you don't know how to order on LRP, this is how you do it.
Yep. And Jess has got 2 videos which I've just shared with a couple of girls that just not getting the grasp with some stuff about LRP. There was one in the file, and there's another one that Joe does talking about LRP, and they've found those really useful. So that's the other thing, like it's really important to support our enrollments and stuff, but there's so much resources out there we can also send to them. You don't have to do it all on your own. Everybody in doTERRA is one big tree and one big family. You know, that's why Tara shared her notes, because she wants everybody to have the same success she had. That's why I share, because I want you guys to all be as successful as what I have and Jess and Darren have. Like, we want you all there. Like, that's the aim of the game. There are no secrets. It's just share the love. So,
yeah. And ultimately, it's all about helping people to get oils in their life, really, isn't it? And helping them.
Definitely. Yep. Definitely. And showing people how to use the oil.
That's gold, Karma. Look, and I guess the one thing I can add to Karma's bit there is the confidence. So if you're confident in your clothes, and I guess one thing with your clothes as well is making sure that everyone's focused on it. I watched Jess do a close one day, and people were sort of off. There was about half a dozen people at the workshop, and there was 2 people over there talking, and one person over there went to get a drink, and then there was a kid talking to this person, and Jess just went along with the close. And she walked out of there, and I don't know, there might have been 1 or no enrollments. So it wasn't a very good conversion rate. And I said, it's because no one was listening to your close. The really important thing is when you're closing and you're telling people how to enroll or how to get the product, you've got to make sure that you've got their full undivided attention. So if someone's gone off to get a drink, wait till they come back. If there's a kid in the room, try and get the kid to go away and, make sure everyone's really focused on you. It needs to take 3 minutes or whatever.
But the trap I always get into is the drawing slip. So you give stuff away at the end, and I will say, "Oh, we've got to give this stuff away. Can you fill in your postcard?"
Don't get them to fill the postcard.
Don't do that while they're doing the close. They need to do that at the very beginning, and so that there's the little postcards that come with the Empower Kit, or that if you just Google. What do you call it?
Get them to even write it on one of your business cards.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, there's Lisa Zimmer has a really good one where it's got their name, phone number, email address, but then they tick their main health concerns. I like that, because if you get them to fill that in at the beginning of the workshop, you can use it to your advantage during the workshop and really target to those people. But yeah, you just have to. That's one. It's so true. Is you have to have a pristine closed environment. It has to be super quiet and people focused on you. So the host can't be in the kitchen making drinks and the kids running around. That's when you have to put on your teacher's hat and say, kids, we're just going to sit down here and we're just going to wait till Karma comes back with the coffees, and then I'm going to wrap things up. So be confident in that, because Darren's right. I have blown so many workshops by stuffing up that close when people are either like, and alcohols are like a no-no in workshops. So they're either pouring their champagne, or they're filling in their card, or the kids have arrived, or the husbands have arrived in, and it's just a schmozzle. Don't do it. Don't waste your time doing that.
And if there's one thing that you can practice in your workshops, like most of your workshops should be pretty ad-lib, but if there's one thing that you should practice, it's your close. So get a couple of steps. Only need to be dot points written down, and say, I need to cover this. I need to cover this. It might be I need to talk about LLV, and I need to talk about the kits and whatever else it might be. But that's the main thing you should practice. And like Karma said, never assume what people can afford. If you've got people in your workshop and you look around and go, oh, they're not going to be able to afford anything, and you just tell them about the cheap kit, or you tell them about a couple of oils, that's all they're going to buy, because that's all you've told them. If you start at the Nature Solutions kit, and if you say, oh, it's a $600 kit, and if you get gasps of, holy smokes, that's expensive, then by the time you get back down to the Home Essentials kit at $300, they're going to be comfortable with that. So, and if you don't want people to enroll with a $35 membership, don't even tell them about it. It's an option there, but you don't want them to buy it, so just don't tell them.
Unless they push back on you when you, at the end, after you close, when you go around and you spend time with each person, if they say, look, literally, this is not in my budget, none of this is in my budget. That's
or I don't want all these oils, I just want this, this and this, then of course you're going to help them get this, this and this. But yes, you want to be telling them about what's the best thing for them to buy, the best thing that's going to help them. And we all know that if they buy a Home Essentials kit or a Nature Solutions kit, that they're going to use it for cleaning, they're going to use it for cooking, they're going to use it for healthcare, and they're going to get great benefit out of it. So that's what you need to be telling them about, is going to give them the best benefit. And okay, it's really awesome for your sales if they do buy a Nature Solutions kit, but it's also going to be really awesome for that person.
Yeah. Now, Vanessa, Jean, and Paul. So they're present. Sorry.
Can I just add one thing I forgot to say that I did? So after I'd done this is what you've got to fill out to get your kit today. I said I had asked at the start of the class when everybody came in, I gave them a clipboard. I like to have all the paperwork on a clipboard, and I also have a piece of paper and a pen on the clipboard. And I just said, just when you sit down, could you just write down three things about your life or your health you would like to improve? And then at the end, after I'd done the thing, I said, was there anybody after today that would like to share one of those 3 things? And I just had 2 5ml roller bottles there, and they said whatever it was, and I just made 2 5ml roller bottles for those 2 people that volunteered with the oils, only the oils out of the Nature Solutions kit, to show them how easy it was and how all these oils support different things, and then gifted them the oil. So, put the stickers on it and just said, there you go. And then I said, okay, I'm just going to sit over here. If you guys can just bring your paperwork up one at a time.
It. Awesome.
Yeah.
The other thing I'd suggest, and I've seen Jess do this, is in the close, and you start talking about oil kits, and I've seen Jess open her oil box up with 1,000 oils in it or whatever's in it.
No, because someone asked, have you got lemon apiece?
And people go, I want to sniff this and I want to sniff that, and it becomes a free-for-all of people wanting to sniff this, that and the other. Don't do it. It just confuses the hell out of everyone. Everyone sort of looks at it and goes, that kit doesn't have this in it and I really want this, or this one really smells nice and it's not in the kit. It just confuses everyone. So keep your oil kit tucked away. Don't bring it out. If someone really needs Copaiba, then okay, pull Copaiba out and say, look, this is what it is. But don't let everyone sniff it.
And people will ask you, and it's going to increase and increase as the awareness of doTERRA grows. People are going to ask, have you got lavender piece? Have you got Copaiba? Whatever. And I always now just palm them off to the end. I've got some of that. Don't have it out on the table. I'll show you. Remind me at the end. Just have a chat to me and I'll get that out for you. Because once all the forms are in and once you've helped everyone, then you can be free to help that person with a sample of Copaiba. Now, so Vanessa, Jean and Paul, Presidential Diamonds in Australia, awesome teachers in the business of doTERRA. So if you ever see a business training that they're running, like any business training is awesome, but theirs is particularly awesome. I love it. And they have this thing called a natural conclusion. So they teach, when they open the class, they will use certain language. So it comes back to the certain language. Where is it? So, hi everyone, thanks for having me. I'm sharing, I love sharing the power of essential oils. They have changed my life and the lives of so many that I care for, that I travel all over sharing simple ways to use them in your everyday life. Tonight we're going to explore natural solutions for your health, for you and your family. And then she goes on to say, by the end of tonight, you'll all be going home with a wholesale account so you can get the very best prices. So she sows a little seed at the beginning of the workshop of everyone will be going home with their own wholesale account. Then
it's positive speak, and it's, I guess, sowing the seed of what you want them to have at the end of the night.
It's not forcing anyone to do it, but at the end of the workshop in the clothes, and Joanne Ling does this very well. She says, after a bit of making some soap and some face serum and some cleaning paste, she will say, so you've now seen how easy it is to use these oils to detox your home, to clean your oven, to help and support your family's health. So now that you've seen how easy it is, let's help get some into your home. They get shipped directly to your door. And she has this spiel. You can go back and listen to it. But make your own spiel up and learn it. Learn it word for word. So the beginner's natural conclusion from Vanessa, Jean and Paul in their little training book is, so let me ask you, now that you've experienced these essential oils and learned more about their power as well as their safety, would you be open to using these products? And then you wait for everyone to go, yes, yes, yes. Okay, that's great. And to be honest, that's what we usually hear. So by the end of this workshop, you'll all have access to your own wholesale account so you can go home and begin using these oils in your everyday life. Now, as you progress and you've been running a few more workshops, there's a more advanced version of that, and it sows the seed of LRP. But at the beginning, just the beginner's version, the natural conclusion, the assumption that everyone's going home with their own wholesale account, whichever way you want to phrase that, is it's just a really good way to make people comfortable with that. It's not forcing them. We never want to force anyone. We genuinely want to do what's best for that person. But we also know that every house needs a home essentials kit. So, just to make life easier for people, and people want to be guided to the best solution for them and their family. We've gone a little bit over time.
Can I just add one thing?
Yeah.
I just want to say all the information that you need to run a class is here. Yep. And there's no need to change the wheel. It's there for you. It's so simple. I don't know any other multi-level marketing company that has something like this for their people to take a class. All you have to do is duplicate. Duplicate, duplicate, duplicate. If you can duplicate that message and try and keep it the same, you're going to get better at it. You're going to get more confident. So don't try and reinvent the wheel that's not broken. This is here for a reason, and it's here to help people get enrollments and get these oils in people's lives.
Yep.
So
we know it works. Make it work better for you.
And you have to realise how much effort and time and how many very, very smart, knowledgeable people have gone over this. Every syllable is there for a reason. Every graphic is there for a reason, and the way it's laid out is so just as you're learning to use it, you'll appreciate it, but 12 months from now you'll look back and go, this is freaking genius, as are all of those Empowered Success guides. So use them. And Natalie and Andy Goddard, who are the people that brought doTERRA to Australia. So if you have a look in your back office, you'll see them. They're part of your upline. They're very top of the upline. And they started doing this with a bunch of presidential diamonds, and it's evolved over many years. It's awesome. So doTERRA now owns the Empowered Success guides because they were so good. They're masterful, so use them.
And they actually said at leadership that they had all these printed, ready to go. And I'm sure it was this pass about modern medicine and the holistic approach up here. They had it left out of the printables because the presidential diamonds and that got together to do this decided they didn't want it, and then they changed their mind and wanted it. So doTERRA reprinted them all. So says how much they've gone over it with a fine-tooth comb to make it perfect.
Yep.
So grab your Empower kit, write all over it like, well, we'll put the Tara Bliss one, but Karma, is yours different to Tara Bliss? You might put yours up as well, some photos up of yours. And
mine's exactly the same as hers.
Okay. So then write all over it in a black texter and take that. That is empowering in itself for people to see, and highly duplicatable for people to see that you have your notes there. That's not something to be ashamed of. You should absolutely do that. It's a really duplicatable system. You want people to sit there, see you present, and think, wow, I want to do what she's doing, and I can totally do that because she is following her notes.
Yeah. Those that you've written notes and you don't want to miss anything. You want to give them all information. And I sit with a clipboard and this, just like everybody else.
And the thing I like about this handout is that it gives them multiple experiences. So like Karma said, with the peppermint and then the wild orange and the fractionated coconut oil, and then you might have some On Guard apples or some lemon water. So you're giving them multiple experiences. So the most amount of experiences you can give them in one workshop, the better. I think I'm just going to wrap it up quickly to stop recording, and then we'll have a Q&A. So that is the E out of the Pipe series, so Enrol. We will next week be doing support, but if you are new to building the doTERRA business, you should definitely be concentrating on the prepare, the invite, the enroll, the invite, the present, and the enroll. And the support, you should allow the systems that we have in place, the oil camp, the Facebook groups, the education, the handouts, the Droply app, which is coming this week, to support your newbies and not be spending too much time. Like if you're a new business builder, you do not need your own members only group. You don't need to do that to your gold or platinum. You allow the systems that are already in place to support your people, but you absolutely must do the welcome call or wellness consult, whatever you want to call it. And that's a lot of what we'll be going over next week. So I'm just going to stop recording.